Hello, friends. I'm Jackie Eicher, and this is a children's message for First Congregational Church, United Church of Christ in Corvallis. And I have lit the candle that we usually begin with, which is a way for us to come into the space together. I like to put my hands on my chest and breathe in, filling my heart. I like to imagine that. I know it doesn't really happen, but it opens my heart to be with you here. I am breathing in God's love. I am a beloved child of God. My feet are on the floor and I am here with you. I brought something to share with you today. This is one of my plants. I am sure that this plant came from either my mom's house or from her funeral. But either way, I love it. And it provides some nice white flowers at times. I keep splitting it to give away a part of it. And so hasn't flowered yet, but it is called a peace lily, and it's very easy to grow. It can even grow for a time in just water, which I love. And it likes the shade and the sun. It likes everything. I like to plant things in glass so that I can see what's going on underneath. And this one, you can see, it's got roots. And this one is one of the new babies that I planted a couple of years ago. I like it. And it's important to know with houseplants that you get the right soil for the plant to grow in. And also, actually, this is my trick, not just mine, but you put rocks in the bottom of the dish if it's not a draining dish, which mine is not. And the rocks help the water drain down and filter down through the soil. And then I get nice potting soil that has nutrients in it for the plant. And every so often, I will fertilize the plant too. And of course, I water it at least once a week, and in the summer, sometimes more because it's so dry. But I love this plant, and I love helping plants grow. Some plants I don't know enough about, and I have a lot to learn. I have this fern in the background that I would love to get going a little bit better. And there's Pearl checking out the chair. She likes to sit on the chair. But I like plants, and today's story is about plants and about the soil. I have a song for us to sing after the story, but for now, let me read the story to you. It is from Mark chapter 4, verse 1 through 9. Pearl's going to help tell the story. Jesus was beside the lake when he began to teach. So many people surrounded him that he climbed into a boat there on the lake. He sat in the boat while the crowd stayed on shore. He spoke to them in parables. He said, "Listen to this. A farmer went out to scatter seed. Some seed fell on the path, and the birds came and ate it. Other seed fell on rocky ground where the soil was shallow. These sprouted immediately, but when the sun came up, it scorched the plants. They dried up because they had no roots. Other seed fell among thorny plants. The thorny plants grew and choked the seeds, and they produced nothing either. Other seed fell into good soil and bore fruit. As it grew, the seed produced a lot of fruit. Each new place it grew, it produced more than the last." Jesus said, "Are you listening? Pay attention." I have some questions for you, but first I want to teach you that song, and it is "Soil Made My Lunch." It's actually "Dirt Made My Lunch," but I have changed it to soil because dirt and soil are two different things. Dirt does not have any nutrients for the plants, and soil does. So here it is. Soil made my lunch. Soil made my lunch. Thank you, soil. Thanks a bunch. Thanks for my salad, sandwich, milk, and my munch. Soil made my lunch. Soil made my lunch. Soil made my lunch. Thank you, soil. Thanks a bunch. Thanks for my salad, sandwich, milk, and my munch. Soil made my lunch. That's a fun song, I think. Here are some questions about the story. First of all, I would just ask, what stands out to you? Were there any words or parts that stood out to you that you think you may have heard for the first time or stood out to you for the first time? Why do you think it's so important that the sower or the person who planted did that in good soil, like the soil that I put this plant in? How is the good soil in the story better than other soils? I'm going to go back and look. A farmer went out to scatter seeds. Some seed fell on the path, so on the road. The birds ate it. Other seed fell on rocky ground where the soil was shallow. And other seed fell among thorny plants. And other seed fell into good soil. And it's only the seed that was in good soil that produced fruit. So something is stopping this plant from blooming, like I said, but I think it's not the soil. I think it's that I keep taking away starts to give to people. Maybe I'll just let it grow. How can we be gardeners? One way that Clara and Moses and I are gardeners, and Anamika, at the church building this year has been that we have filled the little courtyard area with all kinds of beautiful flowers for the butterflies and the bees, and the birds too. They're just now coming, some of them are just now coming into bloom. And I know we also need to add some things to the soil to help it. Here's a question that really will require your imagination. How can you help create good soil at your school, home, or other groups so that everyone in the group can flourish? Here, the word soil is not literal, so we're thinking of how can we help others in the group flourish? How can we create good soil in our church, a place where we experience God and care for each other? And what might God be planting in the soil of your life? And that would lead to the fruit of your heart opening and doing what you were meant to do with your gifts and talents. Just being yourself, I think, is when you produce fruit. Friends, I am going to be sending you a page of coloring that is about soil. And I'm excited, so I'm printing myself one also. I'm thinking about soil this week, and I encourage you to also. Soil is so important to the earth that we live on, but also the idea of helping people grow and be themselves is so important. And to blossom like this plant that I hope will. So now this is going to be my goal, to show you sometime my peace lily that is blooming. I would like to say a prayer for you, and then we will blow our candle out together. Wise Jesus, thank you for seeds that grow and for the fruit they bring. We want the goodness of our lives to grow too. Teach us how to nurture it. Amen. Friends, I hope your week is blooming. I hope that you recognize soil around you as an idea of ways to help yourself and others grow. Let's blow out our candle. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, friends. I'll see you next week.